this is Stephanie and welcome to my channel. I thought today I would go through my other art box of paintings on paper that I was doing when I was doing a lot of daily painting. I was trying to find my style and my voice, and to find your voice you have to do a lot of work because it takes a while to find out what it is that you enjoy doing, what style you like to paint in and what subject matter you like. So this is part of my process. Now I thought I'd have the backdrop of my studio for a change because I'm normally videoing either outside or in the kitchen, and the paintwork or the artwork that you see in the background is not necessarily mine, but in this section it is. So I thought that was more appropriate. I'm just sitting on the floor because it's easier for me. So I thought I'd carry on going through some of the paintwork that I have done, and these are very much sketches. I may eventually sell them, just to sell them as final sketch products at a reasonable price. Then you can get a piece of original art, but for now, until I get the website ready and running, I'm not going to do that yet. So this one I did in April of 2024. And this is called the Ghost Bike. So I was training for a cycling event, and when I was riding along one of the roads I saw a bike that was painted white up against, I think it was quite a quiet area, so I was surprised to actually see that there was a ghost bike there. And yeah, so it kind of touched me really, and I just kind of did the heart, and it's broken because some family had left flowers and a message of the beloved one that they'd had left behind. So yeah, it really resonated and touched me quite a lot actually. This one. Okay, so this is the one I stayed at a hotel. It's called the Pan Pacific, and they upgraded the room so we got a really good view. And we got the view of the Vancouver Harbour, or Cole Harbour I should say. And it's the sea wall as well, and this is the convention centre, and it's got artwork there, which you'll see there's a big teardrop here, so that's an art installation that they have on the sea wall. And all the ships and cruise ships come in and all the tourists come out of there, and they tend to stay in the hotels within walking distance of the actual cruise ship area. So quite often you will see them walking in this area as well, and it's super busy. So yeah, and I've stayed here, and I used to walk past here all the time when I used to work in Cole Harbour. So yeah, it's kind of a happy memory for me. I love that area. Then I was experimenting with words, and I chose I am prolific. Meaning I'm a prolific artist, which means I continue to work hard and paint a lot, or sketch a lot for that matter. So you too can be prolific. So this is when I was kind of practicing my figurative painting, and my paintings on these pieces of work are highly saturated, so it's all about being playful and just experimenting. And I was doing a lot of physical activity, including weight training at the time, until I couldn't anymore, which is a shame. But I just again wanted to look at strength and just show, well, some of the activities that I used to do. It's not necessarily me, I'm not I don't know, I don't think that's me. Maybe a representation of me. And then again another one where I was experimenting with just being playful and playing with words, and practicing the eyes, I guess, because you can tell a lot from a person when you look into their eyes. So yeah, your eyes say a lot about you, and they, generally speaking, they do. I like this one. This one I like a lot. Find your voice. Oh, I got the lights right in my face at the moment. It's still very blue skies with the snow capped roofs and trees, and it's just stunning out there at the moment. It's starting to melt away. Anyway, so this one, again, playing with words and playing with colour, mostly playing with colour, and yeah, find your voice. And to find your voice, like I said earlier, you've got to do a lot of work, a lot of research, and looking at artists that inspire you so that you can find your voice, as they say, or your, I want to say, what inspires you to create, and also what inspires your work and the style of your work, whatever that may be. There's no right or wrong answer in art. I wasn't stuck in my teeth, you have to forgive me. Anyway, no talking before coffee. I mean, that's self-explanatory. So make sure you've got a cup of coffee, always, or tea. Coffee's important. I'm not showing you that one. No, I'm not showing you that one. I will show you this one. When I was going through a donut phase, I've actually got a donut picture on the wall that I will take a photograph and show you at some point. But yeah, this is like a donut is life. It kind of goes hand in hand with the coffee, don't you think? Can't show you that one. It's a bit rude. I don't think many people appreciate it anyway, but I was having a bit of a rough day, I guess, when I wrote that one. This one is of a zebra. I just loved playing with the colour on this one, and it does my bum look big, and it's quite a common question some people may ask. I don't know if they still do, but yeah, it was just playful and I was trying to be funny. Yeah, it's alright. It's not my favourite zebra painting. Kiss Me, I remember those. I don't know if anybody who ever went to Blackpool, and of course this is a North American audience mostly, so but my UK audience may know Blackpool. Once upon a time it was kind of the place to go and hang out and have kiss me quick hats and sticks of rock and those sorts of things. So it just kind of came up when I was painting this, and I just thought, yeah, I'll do that one. And then this one is when I was walking along the seawall, and I took a photograph and I created this, and there are planes that land in the water, and I have been on one of these. It's not what do I say about that one? It's a little bit disconcerting riding on one of those water planes, but they're fun. They are fun, and you got to see kind of Vancouver quite well. So I flying with one of my friends, because we said, oh, we'd do it. I'd never done it before. So we hopped on a plane from Seychelles, which is on the Sunshine Coast, and then we landed in Cole Harbour and stayed in a hotel that night. Yeah, so it was a bit of a splurge, but it was so fun. And this is called Where the Ocean Meets the Clouds and Becomes One. So this is when I was actually going back to the Sunshine Coast to meet with friends, because I'd already left by that point, and I just captured this scenery, and it reminded me a lot of my ferry rides going across. Just bear with me, that is my food calling. Get some cookies out the oven. So I'm back. So this is a flower painting again. With this one I was playing on the colour theme more than anything. That's all I wanted to do with this one, and I want to be really loose with the brush strokes. So that's this is on watercolor. All of these are on watercolor paper, which is about 300G or £140. Anyway, I quite like the vibrancy of this one. Oh, and then there's this one that I just basically divided the paper up, and it doesn't really matter which way it goes. I think it was this way. And I was playing with watercolours, and I just wanted to do multiple paintings using the same palette and just be abstract and loose and playful. It's almost like a warm-up exercise actually. Really handy before you do a painting. Again, one of the ferry rides when I was heading off to the coast, and I took some pictures. It was a really sunny day and I just kind of had to capture it. This one I think I was dreaming of sunny days and pastel colours, and yeah, dream of far off lands. That's what I titled it. I did this one in May, and it's actually acrylic painting. And this one, I think I found a picture that I was kind of inspired by, and I liked the colours, so I was just playing with the blue into the oranges to kind of play with the landscape. So yeah, and it was really the clouds I was after more than anything, and getting the mood and capturing it. So yeah, it was a bit stormy. That's what I liked about this one. This was one of my very first cloud paintings. The sky outside was pinks and blues and pastels, and it was not dissimilar to what it is right now. And absolutely loved the Clouds of Pink, I titled it. And yeah, it's a sea to sky, so I must have captured it when I was heading up to Whistler at some point. And yeah, it was kind of very loose painting. I really enjoyed this. So yeah, and this was just basically a big squiggle painting, and just being loose and playing with some fluid acrylics. Yeah, so that's kind of that one. More practicing the skies, using different colour palette this time. And this is of a lobster. I'm trying to remember why I did this. There was a reason why I did this. Oh yeah, I think I just came out of the shower and it was really hot, and I came out lobster red. So that's a lobster having a shower. Basically it's me going lobster red after having a shower. I guess I found it funny at the time. And then I was playing with animals and pandas, and I think I watched Kung Fu Panda or something, and I just loved the pandas on this. So I decided to recreate it. Mummy and baby bear, super cute. Okay, so this stuff I did around 2020. This is during COVID time. Like, really got into my art during this period. Really simple stuff though. It's just kind of, yeah, it's funny seeing this work. So I did these bunnies or hares, and I will keep this one forever. It makes me laugh every time I see it. They were meant to be cute and adorable, and they ended up a bit psychotic. So yeah. These are my psychotic bunnies. Love them and cherish them forever. This one, just a very simple kind of line painting of a pony or a horse. Really love how this one turned out as well. Then I did a giraffe, playful line paintings. This one I did, oh, it's watercolour. So I did this in June 2020, I actually put the date on this one. And this is of my old horse. And then I was doing some lip drawings, just went a bit mad with lip drawings, and using, I want to call it, it's meant to be like a crystal that I painted onto the lips, not on this one, but I've got one that I've actually have on the wall, and it glitters in the light, but it actually turned out to be glass. And I stopped using it because it was so fine, I probably was breathing it in, and it was getting everywhere, and it was, yeah, getting onto feet and everything, so I had to stop using it. It was really bad. This one I did in 23, just a leaf, random leaf. Garden chair. Oh, I think this was a challenge that I had, trying to recreate something. Welcome back, or at least welcome back for me. I've just got myself a cup of coffee. I got a little bit interrupted, so that's okay. Always press pause, have an interlude. Okay, so this is the one that I was talking about. I do have one that's framed of my crystal lip paintings. I love them, but it's a bit of a nightmare to work with, the material is. So I have to be really careful because it just shatters everywhere. Better kept in a frame, to be honest. So I don't know if you can see if it glitters or not. So if we can get close up, it gives a really nice effect as well. So yeah, these are the lips born out of the COVID period, and a few more that we'll go through. So again, with my simple line drawings and using kind of one colour as monkeys, because monkeys are fun. That one's got a bit of the glass debris, it falls everywhere, it's like glitter, it just ends up everywhere. Hog. I really like this hog actually. Very gentle looking. Funny. I'm not sure why I did it that way. This is when I was doing figurative painting in watercolour, and I called this Liberation, and yeah, I really like this one. I think I've got a really small one framed downstairs. It's not dissimilar to this one. But yeah, it's very sensitive and kind of, I don't know, just a bit of fun. Again, I'm trying to work with figurative painting because again, I was trying to find my voice and what work I really loved. And when I went to art college, I really liked doing life drawing. It's the first time I've ever experienced it, and it was one of those things that I wanted to try and get back into. And I did go to a few life drawing sessions, I think it was last year, but I didn't enjoy it in the same way. So I realised that actually I'm going to move away from that, and I'm going to stick to landscapes and life drawings and paintings. My parents actually still have my still life painting that I created when I was doing my GCSEs, which was when I was 16, and I got, you know, top grades for it and the whole works, and my mum and dad still own it. I actually did have somebody who wanted to buy it, but I wouldn't sell it, so so now it belongs in my parents' house and I get to keep that one forever. It's really hard as an artist to let go of some of those things, particularly when you feel as though it was a big achievement. Maybe I will sell it in sometime in the future, but that's an old one that got exhibited in the whole works. It was yeah, it was one that I got quite a lot of attention from. And that's when my art instructor was like, you've got to carry on with your art. So, but I did, but I didn't do it as a professional career. I just did it on the side because I had big dreams and aspirations and ambitions. And as most artists were told back then, you don't want to be a starving artist, and I didn't want to be a starving artist, and you know, the internet wasn't around back then. Or actually, it had started when I started university, so, or just before I started university. So it wasn't a big thing and it wasn't a big deal, and I didn't know how you would be able to expand on that because Instagram certainly wasn't around. Websites weren't a thing. So, so if I could have seen the future, I'm sure I would have stuck at the art industry side of things, but hey ho. And then I was just practicing and doing this illustrated work. Again, it's all about experimenting and doing different things and different styles. This was a watercolour painting of a treehouse that I had in my back garden. We lived on an acreage for, I want to say 18 months to 2 years, and that was during the COVID period. We'd just bought it, the house, and a few months down the line we were in lockdown, and I have to say thank goodness we were on lockdown then, because we had all this land to roam on. So yeah, it was kind of a blessing in disguise, but we realised that we didn't want to be in the middle of nowhere, and so we moved once we could. And then this is a watercolour theory wheel I was playing with. Yeah. Oh, and that's how I was trying to do skin tones. There we go. And I think I did it, and then I put a happy face on it. And then a four-way painting. I can't remember what the inspiration was on this one. I think it was kind of, figurative painting, but keeping the form really simple. Before I move on to that one. And then I did self-portrait, again keeping it simple. I had crazy long hair at the time, different sort of kind of glasses that I had on. And I was just playing with patterns and colour. So that was all my work on paper. I have actually got ones on a much bigger scale, not a lot of them, but I will show you those at another time, and you can see that there's kind of a style happening, kind of a, you know, a progression happening from very simple life, one-off standalone images to building up images where there's more detail and more attention involved. So yeah, and then you'll see me using different materials, and you'll see some of my artwork behind me. I'm actually started to use different materials, but I won't go into that yet because that's a lot. It's a lot. But yeah, my red lobster. I should write on the back what this is. My red lobster self coming out of the shower. Oh dear. I have a funny sense of humour. I can totally laugh at my idiocy. I can't even say it. I can totally laugh at some of the stupid things that I do and the things that happen. Laugh at myself is not a problem. I haven't got a problem with that at all. I do some silly things sometimes, just the way it is. But yeah, so when I was just coming back to what I was talking about before. So when I was going through this creative process, I was always watching other YouTubers, and I wanted to do some colour theory, some basic stuff, because I've already done quite a bit of colour theory before, and some simplifying of pictures and drawings and images. And so I went to, I think his name was Bob Class or glass. I'll put his description in the link, and I'll try and put a bubble up of his actual name. It's Bob somebody, and he's really, really good at teaching shapes and colour theory and just kind of establishing those basic levels to a point where actually really, really come out with really good stuff. And I know he's American. I think he teaches he does teaching in Mexico sometimes, and perhaps art retreats, and he's also got a studio somewhere as well. So I was studying his work for quite some time, and then as time progressed I started finding other artists that inspired me, because it's easy to go to the old masters. That's what everybody starts off with, and it's like, okay, you know, there's living artists out there who can teach us as well as the old masters, and you know, everybody's got their tips and tricks and ways of doing things. So find people who are teaching now so that you can be up to date and more modern with what's going on in the world. Anyway, because look, I mean, I have, because I'm right by my bookcase, I have all the Impressionist work here. Absolutely, this is what I studied when I was at college, because I absolutely loved the Impressionist style. So this greatly impacts my work. I know this. Van Gogh, of course, I did study him when I was at art school. Really liked his work, but it didn't leave it's left a lasting impression, I should say, but I haven't done a ton of work in his style, because I didn't really want to do a ton of work in his style. But it was a stepping stone for me to find a kind of study art history and understanding different techniques. Degas was hugely influential for me because he liked horses and painting horses. So too was Stubbs. So yeah, got Van Gogh. But I liked Van Gogh because he's just so painterly, and I do a lot of that in my work, and lots of different colours and different layers of colour, and vibrant as well. So yeah, so it's worth studying and finding who inspires you and what sort of style inspires you. I mean, David Hockney is amazing. I've got a few books of his which I will go through at some point, because that's a whole blog in itself. And he was also inspired by Van Gogh, as well as a Dutch artist, I think, Cubism. So, you know, this is where you kind of start pulling pieces from other artists and creating your own work, because nothing's original. You know, I've got the book How to Steal Like an Artist. I've just been reading it, and there's that. It might be here. There we go, How to Steal Like an Artist. And I've been rereading these, and it's so useful. I've even got the other one as well, How to Show Your Work. So they're really useful, and it's you know, there's nothing original, as Austin says in his book, and an artist, writer, singer, you know, painter, whatever, has taken pieces from somewhere else to bring up their own imagery, but not blatantly stole it. Well, there are some artists, I won't name them, who have done that and done very well in doing that. Studying other artists is going to help you to progress in your own artwork, and watching other people, YouTubers, is going to help. Sandi Hester is a really good one. And she also does colour theory, and she used to do watercolour work, I think she did, and her work's really good, and she's completely changed the way that she paints, and it's kind of, there's a lot of energy, there's a lot of, I want to say naivety to it, but it's complex all at the same time. So it's not as simple as it looks, but it's not particularly the style of painting I would do. but I like her colourway. She explains things really well. Emily Powell's another one that I really, really love her work. It's so vibrant, it's so energetic. Where that book is right now, which is annoying because I really like that one. So I'll go through some of the artists and their books that I have, which ones I love, which ones I will reread, and there's books that I just thumb through because the paintings are so great. Yeah, I think I'm going to wrap that up because my coffee's getting cold, the sun is blaring in my face, and yeah, it's not much fun sitting on the floor. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. Please like and subscribe, and I hope to see you soon, and make some comments. I don't, you know, videos you might like to see, work that you'd like to see. I will do some extra sketchbook tours because I have quite a few now, and I will do, I've got a lot. I've already got a list of things that I want to do and deliver on the vlog. So, but if you know, got anything that piques your interest or you want me to talk about, just let me know and I'll see what I can do, and it'll be somewhere down the line. But I have a whole list of things that I'm going through. My brain is just kind of ticking over with ideas. I'm very much an ideas generator for business and art, so I'm constantly creating in my head. So yeah, if there was a job out there that wanted somebody who had a mind for creativity and creating business ideas, I'd be rolling in lots of money, but there's no such job, so not that I've ever come across anyway. Anyway, that's a wrap. Bye for now.